Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today we have our first game of the month of May. We finished April with a winning record at 15-12, which I guess is not bad considering how much my starting pitchers have been struggling. We're only a half game out of first place, so we're right in there. Usually after the first month is when I start considering making trades or possibly pulling minor leaguers up for an opportunity to prove what they can do. I'm going to stick with what I have for now because my AAA team isn't particularly good. I don't have anybody who can hit that would be helpful right now. And of course, if I had a better starting pitcher options, I would definitely bring them up. But I don't. And so on to today's game. We have Dave Rozema for the Tigers versus Ron Guidry, Louisiana Lightning, at Yankee Stadium. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks again for everyone who's following along. Like and subscribe. Also, as I mentioned before, I do a baseball card box breaks on this channel as well. Feel free to check those out. They're a lot of fun. It looks like because Bob Stanley started yesterday and did so terrible that we did have to bring in two relievers who pitched a lot longer than they should have. Two left-handers, which is going to leave us short with this multi-lefty lineup. And that's going to be a challenge today. So let's see how we do. Rozema 1-2, ERA over 5, not so good. So Guidry, of course, is a lefty, and I've kind of switched around the lineup a little bit at the bottom of the order. Stegman well over 200 finally, so we're happy about that. Now we just need to get Brookins hitting, and he only has one home run, and that was actually on opening day. So he really hasn't provided much offense for us, but his defense has been flawless, and so we're going to have him in there for defensive purposes. In fact, I'm changing my mind right here. I'm going to move Stegman up in the order. I'm going to move Brookins down in the order. So, okay. There you have it. Let's get started with the first game of May. Batting first is Sweet Lou, as always, versus Ron Guidry. Looks like Whitaker's going to ground out to third for the first out of the game, and that brings up Trammell. Trammell's grounded out to the first base. And Pudge to the plate, and he's going to pop out. So 1-2-3 first inning, not the way you want to start against a good pitcher like Ron Guidry. So Willie Randolph leading off against Dave Rozema. I'm going to bring the outfield in to prevent any bloopers from a light hitting shortstop, second baseman I should say. And he grounds out to Trammell, bringing up Bobby Mercer, who's leading the team in home runs. And Mercer grounds out to first. It looks like the lineup for the Yankees is the same it's been in the first two games, which makes sense because all my starters are righties. Watson's going to hit it into the right center gap for a double. So already a threat here in the first. Reggie didn't hit a home run against us yesterday's game, but he did get a couple hits and a couple walks, so maybe he's snapping out of it. Here he's going to weakly ground out to Trammell, and we get through it. So top of the second inning, and we got a lefty-lefty matchup here with Steve Kemp. Kemp grounds out to third, bringing up big wheel Lance Parrish. Parrish was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in his last Actually the first game we faced Ron Guidry this year. And he pops it up to the catcher, who's Johnny Oates, and he makes an error, and we got Parrish on first. This is our two slowest runners on the team. So yeah, it's a tailor-made double play right there. So that ends the top of the second, and now we have Rozema and Oscar Gamble here. Gamble shoots it through the left side for a base hit. So that brings up Jim LaFave. This is the stretch of the lineup which the Tigers usually struggle with. All the lefties certainly have the advantage against these young pitchers. Gamble moves to second base and the ground out to third. I'm going to bring the outfield in to try to prevent that run from scoring on a base hit from second. Rupert is safe on an error by Trammell. We definitely didn't need that. That's frustrating. So we're going to bring the infield in. We can't afford to get behind. Wow. Maybe that was supposed to be a hit and run. I'm not sure, but Jones was caught stealing at second by Parrish. And now I don't need to worry about bringing in the infield. But Johnny Oates shoots it up the middle, and that's going to score the run. Of course, that run is unearned. Number 9 hitter, Brian Doyle. He doubles down the left side, and that's going to score the second run. So we're already down 2, and that is a tough position to be in. Rozema walks Randolph, and I already feel like this is going to get out of hand, but we don't have any really good... Oh man, Robbie Mercer shoots it through the left side for another base hit. I don't have a lot of bullpen to work with, so I think we're just going to have to do the best we can with what we've got. That should be the third out. So Trammell's error gives us 3 unearned runs to the Yankees, and we've got to make our way back. Here's Stegman, who's on a tear right now. He walks, so Stegman gets on base. I'm going to hit and run with Gary Hancock. He's got an 85 contact. Doesn't have a base hit versus lefties this year, though. He's going to ground out to short, moving Stegman to second. And that brings up Tommy B. We could sure use a clutch hit right here from Brookins. But he dribbled weakly to the catcher. So it's 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou. And Lou grounds back to the pitcher. So we are hitless through 3 innings, and that is not a good sign with this lineup. So Reggie leads off against Rozema. Reggie's going to shoot at the left, and he is out to Kent. And now we've got Oscar Gamble with 1 out, swinging on a 3-0 pitch. Ground out to short. And 2 down for Joe LaFave. And he's popping it up to the catcher. So a 1-2-3 inning there, and we needed that. So Trammell is leading off versus Guidry here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to be a deep fly to center for 1 out. Bringing up Fisk. Let's hope we can get a base hit. Yes, there it is. That should be a bloop. Nice. So there goes the no-hitter. We're definitely not going to risk a double out of that. Only a 30% chance, so we're going to say no. And now let's see if we can get something going. We're going to hit and run with Kemp, and that works. He gets a base hit to the right field and moving the runners up. I don't know why Fisk couldn't make it to third on that. But I guess, yeah, Bobby Mercer does have a really strong arm, so I guess we take what we can get. And one down for Parrish, runner in scoring position. And Guidry walks Parrish. A lot of people don't remember, but Guidry did have a real control issue early in his career. And then this is 1980, but in 1979 was the year that he went, 78, when he went 22-3, and his strikeout to walk ratio was the best of his career. So, but that was the only year that he was really dominant that way. Thompson gets a base hit up the middle. It's going to score one, and we're not going to risk Kemp getting out at home. So we're going to say no. And everyone moves up a base. And now we have Stegman with the bases loaded. We're going to let him swing away. He crushes it to left. He is on a tear. We've tied the game up at 3. Stegman is just coming through. So still only one down for Gary Hancock. And he pops it up to short. And that's 2 down for Brookins. This would be a great time for him to break out of his slump. And he does with a base hit to right. Thompson's not going to score on that, is he? No, of course not. He's the slowest on the team. So we go back to the top of the lineup. Sweet Lou. He is the 9th batter this inning. And he strikes out looking. So he leaves the bases loaded, but we tied the game up, and we're facing the bottom third of the lineup of the Yankees. Rozema only at 49 pitches. Oof. Rupert hits it down the right field line for a double. And that's a bad way to start the bottom of the 4th. I'm trying to bring that outfield in case Johnny Oates gets a base hit. But I think he's going to line up the second, turn 2. No. So we'll take the 1 out. And Brian Doyle, who got a base hit to knock in a run in the second. Man, he did it again. The number 9 hitter is just crushing us. So once again, we are going to bring the infield in to try to prevent that runner from third scoring. Doesn't matter since Randolph just shot it through the left side, and there was an error by Steve Kemp. So it's our second error of the game. And this is looking rough again. I guess I want to see if we can at least get to through Watson, and then maybe we need to consider taking him out. But I guess it doesn't matter because Mercer just crushed it for a 3-run bomb, and that gives the Yankees a 7-3 lead. So my starting pitchers are so terrible right now. I have no idea what to do about it. I guess I'm going to have to take a look after this game and see who's on the trading block out there, because this starting 5 is not going to get it done. I don't know how we have a winning record. It's a miracle. Watson did ground out for the second out, and Reggie's going to ground out for the third out. So those 2 errors have been costly. I'll have to check when we get back to Rozema pitching, but that may have been, all those runs might be unearned. So anyway, top of the fifth with Tram, and he is going to ground out to second base, bringing up Pudge, who started off the rally in last inning. And there he lines out to center, bringing up Steve Kemp, who made that outfield error. In yesterday's game, he threw a runner out, so I guess overall he's equal in his defensive help for us. No, I guess just the 3 runs are unearned from the fourth inning. So let's get the bottom of the fifth started with Oscar Gamble. He's on we're going to keep him on a short leash here. If he doesn't turn a double play, we will take him out of the game. Well, he pops up to second, so I guess he's earned one more opportunity. Famous last words. And Jones is going to ground to short, but no double play, as Jones must have beat it out. So that brings up Johnny Oates with 2 down, and Oates shoots it to left for a base hit. And yeah, that's going to be it for Rozema. I can't let it get too far behind. Doyle's already 2 for 2 against him, so that means we're going to bring in Shotzi, who's probably our best left-handed pitcher. Not probably, he definitely is. So let's hope we can stop the bleeding here. Oh no, instead he walks the lefty to force a righty. Oh man, hopefully I didn't jinx him, but let's see what happens. He's going to ground out to second. So we're going to get out of it with no damage there. But we need another rally. So Guidry's sitting pretty at 68 pitches. Parrish going to ground out to short, bringing up JT, who had a 2 RBI single in the fourth inning. And there he strikes out. And now Dave Stegman, the crusher, the Stegosaurus, gets another base hit. So he's 3 for 3 this game. And he hovered around the Mendoza line for so long, and now he's hitting better than my first baseman. Let's see if he can steal second. Get a runner in a scoring position, maybe chip away. He does get a stolen base. So a runner in scoring position for Gary Hancock. And he's going to weakly ground out, so no dice. So bottom of the sixth against Bobby Mercer, who had the big blow with the 3-run home run. Goes down swinging there. And going to pitch really carefully to Watson, who's batting .375 versus lefties. 1 down for Watson, and he gets another base hit. 12 hits so far this game for the Yanks. And that brings up Reggie. Ooh, pass ball by Parrish, moving Watson into scoring position. I have faith with Schatzeder here, though. He does strike out Jackson looking. And now the man with the best throw in baseball history, Oscar Gamble. He goes down swinging. So Schatzeder putting up zeros. And we're leading off the 7th with Brookins. There's really nobody on our bench to pinch hit, so we just have to bear with it. If we could at least chase Guidry, I have a bench full of righties that I could bring in. I mean, lefties that I could bring in. But one down for Lou, top of the lineup. And he's going to pop out to short. And that brings up Trammell with 2 down. Trammell goes down swinging. So, just can't seem to get anything going. We had the one big inning and that's it. So, bottom of the 7th, Joe LaFave to the plate. And he is going to pop up on the infield to first baseman Jason Thompson, and that brings Rupert up. Rupert walks. Is that 2 or 3 walks? Two walks, 3 strikeouts for Schatzeder. I figured he would just buzz through the lefties, but he is walking a couple. Oates flies out, and this guy's been a thorn in our side, Brian Doyle. I think he's 2 for 3 in this game. And he walks. So 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Schatzeder. He did manage to get Randolph out in his previous at-bat, so we'll see if we can induce him into a ground ball. No, he said he blasted through the right side, scoring a run. So, I mean, I guess I could have brought in a righty to face him, but we were already down 4 runs. Bobby Mercer's going to fly out deep to right center field. So Schatzy gives up 1, and now the Yankees lead by 5. And we have the heart of the lineup versus Guidry in the top of the 8th. Guidry's hovering around 100 pitches. Fisk is going to pop it up on the infield or to the catcher. And that will bring up Steve Kemp, who's actually been hitting pretty well versus lefties. Guidry is tired now as Kemp grounds out to second base. Maybe we can start chipping away now that he's tired, but no, instead Parrish strikes out. So 1-2-3 8th for Louisiana Lightning. And I guess we may as well leave Schatzeder in there for one more inning. 58 pitches. Watson's going to ground out to first for 1 out, and brings Reggie up. Reggie's going to fly out to right. I don't know what's up with Reggie. I mean, he's slugging .317. He is walking more than he's striking out, so I don't know, but this might be a flaw in the game or something. Only 1 home run in April. So 2 down for Oscar. And Schatzeder just becomes tired after he gets gambled to pop out. So here we are in the 9th, and they do take Guidry out to bring in Rudy May. I don't know if he's their closer or not, because he doesn't have any saves. I'm guessing their closer is Guidry, so the game is actually bringing in a lefty. The game's out of hand anyway, 5 runs, so let's see what happens with Thompson. Whoa, that is a long fly ball, but it's going to die out there near the warning track. And that's 1 out. Here's Dave Stegman, who just won't be denied. But he grounds out to short. That's 2 down, 1 more out to go. And we have Gary Hancock. I'm going to look at the bench. Let's bring in Rick Peters. Give him a shot here. He's batting .375 versus lefties in limited duty. Yes, I said duty, just as the game ends. And we lose 8-3. So we've lost 2 of 3 so far against the Yankees. We got one more game to go tomorrow with, well, I know it says Jack Morris, but it'll actually be Jack Billingham as I slot our 5th starter into the starting lineup for tomorrow. So not a great game for us. Oops. Pull up the box score for you so you can take a look. As I always say, I appreciate everyone following along. Take a look at the box score. Feel free to pause it and look it over. And like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you are enjoying this. And until tomorrow, have a good night.